Hello guys, welcome to yet another great session where we're discussing about what is happening in Haiti. And just the other day, reports came out that a few people managed to escape from a prison in Haiti, in St. Mark. And unfortunately, 12 escapees were gunned down by the Haitian National Police. This happened just the other day, and it underscores the kind of crisis that is in Haiti. At the moment, right now, the country is in turmoil. And of course, if outside the prison walls, people are living and suffering, and people are living in conditions that are not very conducive, that will just reflect to whatever is happening inside the walls of the prison. And of course, a prison has even worse conditions. It is said that some of these prisons in Haiti have conditions that are inhumane when you look into what the reports are saying. In some cases, some prisoners are going days without food. So it will not just be business as usual when people are going without food, when people are cramped up. 7,500 is the number that capacity of that prison, and just by yesterday's people escaping, the number was 12,000. So if you're cramping up all those people in a very confined space, you're bound to have such conflicts that will lead to people escaping. So that is the report that we're getting right now from Haiti, that 12 people were gunned down just after they were escaping the prison. The situation is currently under control in that prison, but of course that means that there are people who have gone back to criminal life. These are people who were incarcerated because of reasons of not living well with the community. Now they are out there. Those are dangerous people. Of course, it's going to add to the number of criminals in Haiti, and of course, it's going to add to the number of people who are supposed to now be looked for by the police to be taken back to the prisons. This is the third prison this year to have such an incident, where two other prisons were ransacked by the gangs earlier in March, and scenes like this happened where the police were overpowered by gangs and prisoners were managed to escape. So this is what is happening in Haiti currently. We'll keep updating you over the happenings in Haiti going forward. And Khaligraph Jones is also part. And by the way, Khaligraph Jones will also be part of the concert that Kenya is hosting together with Haiti to just promote the cultures of Africa and the culture of Haiti, and just bring about that Pan-Africanism to show that the struggles that we are facing here in Kenya are similar to the struggles that Haitians are facing, and that we are one people. Despite the fact that Haiti is not in the African continent, we are one people facing the same challenges and having similar cultures. So Khaligraph Jones, a big artist here in Kenya, will be performing in Haiti, will be performing also to the MSS forces that are there, just to bring about that home feeling, as well as to show Haitians that we are together as a civilization, as Africans, and that this is a different kind of operation that we are having. It is an operation that has never been seen in Haiti, where it has been undertaken by an African country, and we are trying to portray that Africanness to Haitians. That is the difference of this. That is different from the UN mission that was there. That is different from Americans being there, France being there. This is the different framework that is being portrayed by Kenya to Haiti, to show them that unity is important, that it is through unity that you are going to have development in the country. The uniqueness of this operation is that there is a mutual understanding that this war cannot only be won by guns and bullets. This is not a war that will be won just by an offensive and defensive mechanism being put in place. We understand that there is a bit of ideological influence that has to go on. We understand that there is a bit of social improvement that has to go on. So it is a different kind of a discussion when we are bringing about the harmony quest for Haiti. And this is a very good approach, because it has to be solved twofold. You have to solve through removing the weapons from the society, and you have to solve through making the society understand the importance of having peace, the importance of having national harmony. If you succeed in one and not do the other, the country will likely go back to where it is. So as the MSS forces are there to try as much as possible to disarm and overpower the gangs and the gang leaders, it is important for also Kenya, as the lead nation in the MSS, deploying 1,000 troops over 2,500 to make sure that they also employ the social mechanism to bring about peace in Haiti. And this culture festival is part of the social mechanism that Kenya is going to deploy in Haiti, just to make sure that people in Haiti are talking in the same terms, and that liberation will not come from Kenya. Haiti's liberation will not come from the United States. Haiti's liberation will not come from France, from Germany, from Jamaica, or from the Dominican Republic. Haiti's liberation will come from Haitians themselves. That voice of reason, that voice of having peace, that voice of downing the weapons will not come from anyone else but from themselves. Because at the end of the day, it is a Haitian person that is offending another Haitian person. These gangs are not there to fight any other country. They are there to fight between themselves. So at the end of the day, they have to go and have a national dialogue. And what Kenya is doing is catalyzing this moment, a moment of realization that there is a need to have a Haitian dialogue where we are going to prosper the country forward and make sure that there is a restoration of peace, harmony, and a restoration of development. And of course, a country like Haiti, placed wherever it is placed in the Latin America, in the Hispaniola Peninsula, is a very, very lucrative place. And of course, all the blessings that God has blessed Haiti with, minerals and plantations and a very rich soil, it has the capacity to be a very, very successful country, if at all Haitians will take it upon themselves to make sure that they return their country into normalcy. So that is what is happening in Haiti.